You have to keep in mind that if you are new to dropshipping, most likely the first store
is gonna fail.
If you are already running a general store, all I want to say that you are duped. And actually this store has made over $1 million. As you see here that it only sell one product but in different colors. And you see the website that is very nice and clean.
Hi everyone, this is Cindy here. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk about a very common question that people ask before they start an online business. Should I choose a general store or should I choose a niche store? Before we start, I just want to introduce a little bit more about my channel. My channel is mainly focused on how to run an online business. We cover most of the topics on some tips and advice and some necessary skill that you need to run an online business. If that is something that interests you, welcome to subscribe to my channel. In today's video, first I will talk about what is a general store and what is a niche store. I will talk about what's the pros and cons, one product store, what is the pros and cons. We'll also talk about my personal experience with running a general store. At the end, I will give some tips and advice. If that is something that interests you, make sure you watch the video to the end. Before wasting any time, let's jump into my PC. Right now, I am on Alidropship. I use it as an example because I own a general store from Alidropship. However, if you are planning to get it from Shopify or any other platform, it is the same idea. So now let's take a look at what a general store looks like. So this one is the Buy Caro. This is their premium store with, they call it classic store. Basically, is everything you can sell there. So there's a lot of different categories. Let's take a look how a general store looks like. A general store, you could basically sell anything you want. You could have a category of clothes or accessories. You could also sell home goods, jewelries, phone accessories, outdoors backpacks, toys, anything that you want. That's the pros of a general store. The cons about a general store is that it's just too broad. You may tend to spend more money on advertisement to find your target audience. Your return customers are less likely. After they buy what they want, next time when they need something, they may not return. Another thing about the general store is that the product page, because it's just too broad, every single page, in order to make sales, you have to the product description has to be very good. Just too many categories. In order to make good website content, you will spend a lot of time on improve your website contents. Now let's take a look at a niche store. So the pros of a niche store is that most likely you will spend less money on advertisement to find your target audience. So once you find some target audience, you could actually test them with other products. In that way, the advertisement is more effective and you will spend less money on that. On the other hand, a niche store return customers are more likely because, take an example, if you buy washing machine from Lowe's, and next time if you would like to get a dishwasher, you might want to go back to Lowe's and check maybe you can buy something from it. So this is the same concept. Another thing about this niche store is that, take an example, if you try to promote one product and somehow it failed, it doesn't matter. You could find other products within the same niche and you may be able to be successful after a few attempts. A second attempt or a third try. The cons about a niche store is that once you choose a niche, you cannot change to a different niche. Before you start choosing your niche, just make sure that you make a wise choice, which I will recommend you to find a niche that you're actually interested in, instead of finding a niche that is popular. Like, take an example, a pet store. I have never owned any pet, so it will be very difficult for me to run a pet store because I don't know what is good for pets. However, if you are a dog lover, you may know what is good for dogs, and which make it much easier to find your target audience because you already know what is good. Now let's take a look at the one product store. Actually, I would like to give credit to one of my favorite channel. It's called the Beast of Ecom. If you have time, please make sure you watch their video. Those are really good. So now let's take a look at the one product store here. And actually this store has made over $1 million. As you see here that it only sells one product but in different colors. And you see the website that is very nice and clean. The good thing about one product store is that it's much easier to make one product page. You could, let's say if you have 1,000 hours, if you spend all the 1,000 hours in just one page, you can make it from head to toe nice and clean and perfectly. But let's say if you have a general store or even you have a niche store and you have like let's say 50 products or 100 products, you only have 1,000 hours and your product page may not be as professionally made compared to one product store. And second, if you have a one product store, the customer tend to have more trust into this website because they know that you are specialized in just one product only. And number three is that you can also brand your product and make it unique. So in terms of supplier, if you find a very good supplier and you order a lot from them, then your cost to get this product will be lower, and you could also get a special shipment method for you. So which there's a lot of advantage of one product store. That's why a lot of people who are very good at dropshipping business, once they know which product is selling, they would actually open a one product store, and that will lead to a lot of profit. So the cons of the one product store is that you cannot move on to a different product. Like for example, this necology. Just imagine, let's say if it doesn't work, let's say you want to move on to a skincare product, which is not going to happen. Or if you even want to move on to like a yoga pants or even like a massage for the head, you still cannot do that too. Or a massage for the back, it also will not do so. Or even a massager for the feet, it also will not work because it's only a massager for the neck, something related to neck, which is the disadvantage of it is that you cannot move on to a different product if it doesn't work. However, if you're new to dropshipping, very little chance that your first store will be very successful. Usually the very first store is for learning, but once you get the experience, how to build a website, how to make a perfect website content, then when you move on to a different product, you have accumulated all the skills, the knowledge that you know, then you will be able to scale your product and make a huge profit from it. Now I am going to share my personal experience after running a general store. What I found is that in order to make sales, each of my product content page, it has to be as good as a one product store. So which means I will spend a lot of time to improve my website content. Imagine I have over 100 plus items in my general store. I have to change them one by one. However, I will see it as a learning curve, which will prepare me for the skill that I need. Now I would like to give some tips and advice. If you're new to online business, I think the best way to start with should be a niche store. Pick up something that you are interested. Let's say if you are interested on fishing, you could focus on some fishing product because you know what is good for fishing and you have the knowledge about it, and which make it a lot easier to make it successful. One product store may be okay to try. You have to keep in mind that if you are new to dropshipping, most likely the first store is gonna fail. However, you will learn all the necessary skill that you need for the next successful store. Just always keep that in mind. As long as you don't give up, the knowledge that you learn is never gonna be wasted. And if you are already running a general store, all I want to say that you are duped. Just kidding. Actually, I am running a general store. At the beginning, it does have a lot of challenge, but what I find out is that in order to make it work, you have to make it as good as one product store so that when people come in, see a product, and they will buy it from you. You could actually open another one product store and scale it up high. So there's always a way to make use of it. My final advice is that whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. The most important thing is never give up, just try your best. And if you are good with little, and you will be entrusted with a success in the future. By the way, if you are interested to get a premium store from Alidropship, I will include a coupon code in the description below. You just have to click the link, enter the coupon code at your checkout. You will receive your discount. I hope you enjoy the content of this video. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment below. I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Until I see you next time. Bye now.
If you are thinking of getting one product store and white label your, if you're thinking of one product store and thinking of labeling and thinking of branding, so now I would like to give some advice or tips. If you're new to drop shipping, now I would like to give some tips. Now I would like to give some tips and advice. If you're new